Sit back and see how this judge presides over this case. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Bye. Yeah, that's it. Bye-bye. Okay, so this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Alphonse Eugene Edwards, file number 24-21995FH. I have Isaac Sneed appearing on behalf of the people, and I have Michael Dagger-Margosian appearing on behalf of Mr. Edwards. Mr. Dagger-Margosian, I received an updated victim impact statement. Did you?
I did, yes.
Yep, and you received that as well?
Yes.
Do we have anyone here to speak today? No? All right, it's enough, and I'm nodding to the victim in this matter. Is it enough that I read your statement?
I wanted you to.
Okay, do you want me to read it on the record?
No.
Okay, thank you. All right, so Mr. Daggermark or Mr. Edwards, have you had a chance to read and review the pre-sentence report?
Yes.
Can you step forward and speak louder for me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Have you had an opportunity to discuss the pre-sentence report with your attorney?
Yes.
Are you satisfied with your attorney and the advice that he has given you?
Yes.
Mr. Dagger-Margosian, do you wish to explain or challenge the accuracy or relevancy of any information in the pre-sentence report?
No.
Mr. Dagger-Margosian, does the pre-sentence report expose any prior convictions in which there exists any noticeable constitutional defect?
Not to my knowledge at this time.
All right. The probation department has calculated the minimum sentencing guidelines to be 19 to 38 months. Do you agree with that calculation of guidelines?
I don't have any challenges at this time.
All right. Do you have any challenges, Mr. Sneed?
No, thank you.
All right. Before the court passes sentence, Mr. Sneed, I have reviewed the victim impact statement. It was very heartfelt. It was very thought out. Is there anything you'd like to say on behalf of the people?
No, thank you.
All right, Mr. Dagger-Margosian, is there anything you'd like to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, the victim impact statement obviously shows that there is a emotional, heartfelt relationship between these two. Unfortunately, there was an incident that obviously has led us to this point. I know Mr. Edwards is apologetic, didn't want it to come to this point. He did take ownership of the situation. He obviously has entered a plea and is accepting responsibility. I hope and know that after the sentence, he will be a better person, and he's going to use it as an opportunity to move forward and correct some patterns within himself. I don't know if he wants to address the court, but I really, the sentencing agreement is what it is, and so I would ask the court to follow that. The only, I guess, additional item that I'd ask the court to consider is the amount of time that he has been in jail. It reflects in the PSI that it's been 228 days. The parole, Mr. Edwards being on parole at the time of the offense may preclude him from receiving that, but if there is any possibility of him receiving that, then I would ask the court to consider that or take it into account some other way, even though there's a sentencing agreement. So I just wanted that to be put on record.
Mr. Moore, he was on parole?
Yes, he's on parole, Your Honor. So he wouldn't get credit for any time served.
For his parole violation. Okay.
Correct.
Anything else, Mr. Dagger-Margosian?
No, thank you.
All right, Mr. Edwards, is there anything you'd like to say on behalf of yourself?
Yeah, I would like to apologize to the victim. I don't know what led up to the situation happening, but it happened. I think the worst thing you can do is violate the trust of somebody that loves you, somebody who feels safe in your presence. This violated all that, and I know no matter what I do, no matter what's being said, she would always remember those moments. I can fight back. I can do whatever I can for the rest of my life and it'll still be there. I'm sorry. And there's nothing else I can say.
In determining the appropriate sentence in this case, the court has considered the seriousness of the offense, your history, the principle of proportionality, the statutory penalty, the cost of confinement, the sentencing guidelines, the report and recommendation of the probation department, as well as what has been said upon the record at this hearing. The criteria and reasons for the sentence are the nature and gravity of the offense, the discipline appropriate to its commission, deterrence against repetition by you and by others, the potential for reformation, vindication for the law, and protection of society. So as I reviewed the pre-sentence report and the updated letter, you know, you loved her, she loved you, and you beat her. I mean, the pictures are horrific. And I was a defense attorney for many years before I became a judge, and this is one of the worst ones I've seen. And ma'am, I understand what you're saying in this letter, but one thing my mama taught me is that just because you love someone doesn't mean they're good for you. Because we can love a lot of people who aren't good for us. So you need to get counseling. You need to get counseling. You can't do this. You know, you can't live your life like this. And you have, let me see here. You know, you have piddly stuff when you were younger, but assaultive behavior when you were younger, R&Os. You know, you have a 2000 offense that was assault with intent to murder. You know, obviously 2024, this offense, you know, obviously there's something in that's not maybe what is you, but something causes you to do these things and you need to get the help for that. So you don't do this ever again. And I think you're sincere that you don't know what comes over you, but you got to figure that out, right? Whether it's taking medications, going to counseling, whatever it is. And I hope you do. Sentence of the court that you, and there was an agreement, the Cobb's agreement to sentencing for 36 to 60 months. So it's sentence of the court that you will serve 36 months to 60 months with the Michigan Department of Corrections. He was on parole. Any credit he has will go to that parole violation. So it may start right away on this one. I don't know how DOC will do it. During that term of parole and incarceration, you're not to have any contact, verbal, written, electronic, or physical contact with the victim CB in this matter directly or through another person. And you can't be within 500 feet of their residence, school, or place of employment. Ma'am, that means you can't contact him either. You understand? Because he could get in trouble if you contact him. You must obey our court orders. When you're on parole, obviously there'll be terms of notice of PPOs to the parole officer, but there's a crime victim assessment fee in the amount of $130 and $68 in state costs. Mr. Edwards, get the help you need so this doesn't ever happen again. All right, now you do have the right to appeal this sentence. My bailiff's going to hand down to you your notice of right to appellate review. You're going to initial and date one copy for our records to acknowledge you received the paperwork. The other copies are for you. If you wish to appeal your sentence, you would fill out the information on the form and mail it to the address listed on the form within 42 days.